Awete everyone, this is Regulus Pastor. Welcome back to Higurashi no Naku Koro. This is Meakashi-hen, the 5th arc out of the main 8 arcs, and the first answer arc. Last time, we kind of went a little crazy as Shion. Mion came to visit us in our new apartment for the first time, even though we were faced with the prospect of moving back in with our dad, even though Shion really didn't want to. Mion said something insensitive. I hope Satoshi's doing okay, and Shion still blamed Mion for what had happened to him, and so she leapt across the table and throttled her until Mion put her hand on Shion's arm, and Shion saw that she too had 3 fingernails missing. So she wanted to take responsibility, and then Shion forgave Mion, and that's kind of where it left off. So we'll continue now. I think we have like 3 tips from last time that we have to do. Let's see. Yep. Right on the money. Notebook, page 50.
I saw Takano a few times after that.
Oh, sorry. I messed it up.
I saw Takano a few times after that. At her core, she was fascinated with the bizarre, and she had an insatiable curiosity that was just as strong. I have to remind myself not to take her story too seriously. Otherwise, I might start believing that Satoshi-kun disappeared because of the curse. She talks about the dark history of Hinamizawa a lot. It's all very interesting. Her theories are based on nothing but conjecture, but some of her intuition covers facts that only members of the Sonozaki family would know. She thinks that Oyashiro-sama's curse is the continuation of these ancient rituals.
Oh, I need to take a leave already. My vocal cords are pulling tightly and spasming. Oh. I was taking out the wrong bottle. One that's completely empty. For another medicine. 1 second. Let me take this off screen. It's just an leave. Nothing you wouldn't find advertised on TV as an over-the-counter med.
In other words, she believes that the curse is performed by religious fanatics. According to her theory, a religious cult once existed in Hinamizawa, and the 3 families stemmed from it. She believes that they are operating behind the scenes in order to revive the dignity of the Onagashi chief people, which was lost during the Meiji era. Mio-san's theories are far-reaching, and looking at them on a larger scale, they end up making a lot of sense. But they can't offer any explanation for Satoshi-kun's disappearance when using them on a smaller one.
Excuse me.
Her theories are just too broad.
Okay. That was page 50. Let's go to page 64.
I exchanged information with Oishi every now and then. We'd each expect new leads from each other, but neither of us had any luck. I no longer believe the tip that Satoshi-kun might have headed to Tokyo. It was clearly bogus anyway. Although I can't befriend Oishi. He's been fair about the deal. He alone has been serious about uncovering any new information. Oishi's sources are quite reliable, so whenever I found some dubious tip, I'd check with him to see if it was valid. My meetings with him have diminished in frequency since he's been assigned to new cases. Eventually, we stopped meeting entirely. Oishi stopped investigating, and I reached the limits of my sources of information. People now think that Satoshi-kun's disappearance was a supernatural phenomenon called onikakushi, demoning away.
Ugh, I need to massage my neck and throat muscles. They're going into crisis mode. Already. Sorry about the delay.
In Hinamizawa, they refer to his disappearance as him having transferred, and nobody will talk about it otherwise. I don't like the way that phrase is used to erase him.
Notebook, page 85.
During the upheaval surrounding Oyashiro-sama's curse in 1982, I was pulled this way and that by new leads on Satoshi-kun's disappearance. Every time I found information that looked promising, I kept changing my theories. But that also became an incredible burden on me. It wore me down plenty on its own. The fatigue was harsh, but it also provided a very kind acceptance. Bit by bit, it soothed away the anger, sadness, and doubt that wore me down. I'll never forget Satoshi-kun.
Do. Okay.
I'll never forget Satoshi-kun. I'll never try to forget him and move on. I constantly repeated those to myself in my head. I repeated them to keep my memories of Satoshi-kun from fading too. Over and over. For the sake of my fond memories of Satoshi-kun, together with my fear and my sadness, I repeated them forever and ever.
My throat is not handling these well. Let's continue. AD 1983. The fourth year of the series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa, also known as Oyashiro-sama's curse, 1 year after Hojo Satoshi's disappearance.
I hadn't been able to get used to my new school in Okinomiya, but I had some friends there now. Since I got a part-time job at my relative's store, I had some extra pocket money too. I ended up living with my parents after all, so I didn't have to pay for living expenses. It felt great to get to freely spend the money I earned from working. I still used the room Kasai set up for me from time to time. It was a convenient hideout for when I didn't want to see my parents. In fact, I was planning to spend a day there today.
ちくしょう、先行め。
Darn that teacher!
サボりのことを家に連絡しやがって。
She told my parents that I was skipping classes! My dad got upset, and that was why I didn't want to stay at home. I had been asking for it, though.
At least you admitted to it.
My teacher should know that my dad is a Yakuza, and that it gets really scary when he's mad.
Why would you make him mad then?
On the whole, my life had been going well so far, except that it was boring. The reason I could enjoy this lifestyle is probably because I had to live in secret before. It was a great relief to be able to live without having to fake my identity. Well, that might have been a valuable experience. I think I learned from it. I was going grocery shopping and thought I'd get enough food for a week or so. My parents would appreciate my presence more after missing me for a week. I was doing this for their sakes.
Shion!
あれ
Oh, wait!
What, did you finally discover your culpability in all this?
今日って確か100円セールのお店ってなかったっけ？
Isn't there a 100 yen sale today?
そうだそうだ、間違いない。
Yeah, there is. I knew how to save my pocket money. I was in a good mood. I spun around with my arms spread out. I felt like I was inside a little whirlwind. My arm hit a motorcycle parked on the sidewalk. It obviously wasn't where it was supposed to be. Ow!
もう
What the?
何こんなとこに止めてるの誰
Who in the world would park this motorcycle here? I gave the motorcycle a kick with no hesitation.
And it started again.
There were 3 motorcycles lined up in a row. They all felt like dominoes. It was beautiful and so much fun. Oh, this was odd. I felt like I'd gone through the exact same experience before. While blinking my eyes in an effort to recall when that was, some people grabbed me by the neck and dragged me into a dark alley. It looked like these punks were the owners of those motorcycles. They started shouting at me. This really was strange. I was having deja vu.
だってねえなろしたんだから
You bitch! What do you think you're doing? Huh?
By the way, I said biatch. Not the actual B word. Just to clarify.
うるってなってん場合じゃねえぞ
Gonna freaking bash your head in, bitch!
おれ
What?
待ってんならなす食ってんじゃねえぞ
These guys always tear my throat up.
I'm gonna pay for what you did! That's right. It was when I met Satoshi-kun for the first time.
This is what she's thinking about.
He came to save me. If I pretended to cry again now, would he come to save me again? I made a wish, and I started pretending to cry and beg for mercy. At that time, I doubted my ears.
いい加減にしやがれ
Aha. Cut it out!
もう泣いてるじゃねえかよ
Can't you see she's crying?
It was a boy about my age. I couldn't quite see his face because of the light illuminating him from behind.
サトシくん
Satoshi-kun? Of course, it couldn't be him. It couldn't be. When I snapped out of my daydream, I realized that it wasn't Satoshi-kun after all. He looked less gracious than Satoshi-kun, so to speak. Satoshi-kun was pristine and untouched, and this guy would have had scratches all over him. But although they were completely different, I got a similar impression from him somehow.
んじゃおら
What the heck?
いいとこ見たっつんかこら
What the heck are you?
痛い目見せなっす
You wanna get hurt or what?
んとか言ってみ
Freaking say something!
シャラスかったんぞあ
Son of a gun! The boy looked a bit taken aback.
いやもう泣いてるんだからそれくらいで勘弁してあげてもいいんじゃないかななんて
Well, I just thought you might want to let it go because she's crying, so...
あ
No?
んなことを命じされとんじゃおらか
Do you think you're telling us what to do?
うわ
Whoa!
タマ
Oh, hold on!
暴力は良くないぜ
I'm against violence.
What was up with this guy? I felt ashamed that I mistook him for Satoshi-kun even for a second. He seemed cool at first, but he wasn't as cool as Satoshi-kun after all.
いやだからバイクが倒れたのはお気の毒と思いますよ
Well, I mean, I'm sorry that your motorcycles were knocked down.
でもですねどうか機嫌を直されてですね
but I hope you don't feel too bad about it.
どうしたら機嫌を直してくださるんですかね。
How could I make you feel better?
いや、もちろん私たちはお金なんか持ってないんですがね。
I just realized this is Rika's, like, super cute moments theme song. Of course, we don't have any money on us, you know?
おお、そうじゃのう。金がなかったら。
Oh, if you don't got the money, yeah?
金がのうならしゃあ
If you got no money,
体で払ってもおかないっちゃな。
you gotta pay with your body!
こんな、よう見ると結構イケてるもんな。
Are you seriously doing this? To anyone. Let alone my waifu. This chick's got some real nice boobies. That just felt wrong.
どうじゃこの後。
Oh god. Do I really have to read this? Let's strip her down and see. Yay!
Hey! Are you kidding me? I tighten my grip on the stun gun in my pocket. Then I turn it up to the maximum intensity. Don't hold a grudge against me if you die, pervs.
おお、俺んさ、一度可愛い子ちゃんはべらせて街のべりたくてさ。
Of course you have to watch porn. You don't, attract anyone within a 50-mile radius. I love it when girls get stripped in those porn videos. Jeez. I'm not even gonna condescend to read that.
They indulge in their imaginations, which arouse their spirits. Hey now, why are you perverts closing in on me? Your gross hands are groping the air. Are you gonna try and violate me?
タイトミニもええのう。ミニミニ。はっしゃー。上から下まで全部色っぽくしゃよ。
Keiichi, why aren't you doing anything, you freaking coward? You've got a point about him not even comparing to Satoshi Shion.
肌色の面積を限りなく広げて萌え萌えの姿にしちゃるけ。
あんたら冗談でしょ。
Hey, are you out of your mind?
その汚い手で私に触れる
Don't touch me with those filthy hands! Then, a flash of light cut through the air. Was that the boy?
このボケなす動画。
You stupid jacks!
Looks like thunderbolts knocked the punks down.
I didn't know he had it in him, but crap, he took forever.
Wow, so he was actually strong after all.
なあ、何しさらすんじゃ。
Hey, what the heck?
てこまされたいんか。
You want some?
お前らは分かっていない。
You don't have a clue,
分かっていない。
idiots!
何がじゃ。
What the heck are you on about?
タイトミニには萌えがない。
There's nothing arousing about stark nakedness.
そして肌色面積は控えめに。
Oh gosh. Leave her socks on at least.
たとえお天道様が西から登ることがあろうとも、
No matter what.
絶対これは萌え業界の鉄則だ。
That is the ironclad rule!
いいかよく聞け、ど素人ども。
I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna word it differently because that is a racial slur in English. Listen up, apes.
ホモ・サピエンスと動物の違いは何か。
What's the difference between Homo sapiens and other animals?
そう衣服の着用だ。
That's right. Humans wear clothes. There are a lot more differences than that.
つまり人は肌以外の衣服の彩りがあって初めて人なのだ。
Human beings without clothes are just animals!
つまり肌色を求めすぎる貴様らは人以下。
If you get aroused only when the girl is completely naked, you're less than human!
動物と同じだ。
You might as well be animals!
貴様ら全員を強制する。
I'm going to knock some sense into you! Okay. So you're not really defending her as much as you're just being a different kind of her.
歯を食いしばれ。
Clench those teeth! Oh.
先ほどタイトミニを引き合いに出したな。
You mentioned a porn movie, didn't you?
例えばここに美少女と呼ぶにふさわしい女の子がいたとする。
Let's not. In fact, I'm not going to.
美少女と一言に言ってもその裾野は広すぎる。
The definition of cosplay is too broad.
それについて貴様らに抗議することは寿司山芸者から入った外国人に侍の美学を一から説明するより困難この上極まりない。
To lecture on that subject is as difficult as explaining the spirit of Yamato to Yankees parachuting down from B-29s.
だからここでは最も普及していると思われる制服系で説明することとする。
So I'll limit the scope to the most popular one, school uniforms.
制服系の御三家といえば何か答えてみろ。
What are the three most prominent divisions in the larger category of school uniforms? Answer me! Is this when we get to learn about Zettai Ryoiki, or absolute territory, which is pretty much the distance between the hem of the skirt and the hem of the socks. That's what they call Zettai Ryoiki. The anime, manga, visual novel, illustration industry.
そうだな。制服、体操服、スクール水着だろう。
Answer me! That's right. Regular uniforms, gym uniforms, and school swimsuits.
なおセーラーかブレザーかの好みの違いは制服にカテゴライズするものとする。
Both the sailor style and blazer style are included under regular uniforms, by the way.
もちろんブルワーかスパッツかの違いも同様。
You know too much, especially for someone that isn't in the digital era, but that doesn't make it okay. It just explains. That would explain how readily you could find it, but you're a 1983 dude. How are you getting this much knowledge about stuff you're not even able to buy legally? Gym shorts and bloomers are likewise!
スクミズも紺か白かの違いはあるぞ。カテゴリーは同じ扱いだ。
And the color preference between white and navy school swimsuits is the same!
どうだこれだけでも甘美な響きがするであろう。
Well, doesn't this sound exciting already?
ではお前ら3人がこれらのうちの一つずつが好みであったと仮定しよう。
Let's say each of you has preference in one of those three divisions.
おい不良 A お前は制服だ。
Hey you, tall one! You take the regular uniform.
不良 B お前は体操服。そして不良 C はスクミズだ。
Fat one, you take the gym uniform. And you, the short one, you take the school swimsuit.
頭に思い描け。時間は3秒。
Picture the image in your head within 3 seconds!
描けたか妄想くらい実際にできろ。気合が足りんやり直せ。
Are you done? That's not good enough. Do it again!
ではお前らの望む美少女がここにいてその衣装を着ているぞ。あると思え、あると信じろ。気合を入れろ。
Use your imagination. Come on!
返事は押すか。さあイエスサーだ。
Say, sir, yes sir, when you got it.
バカ者それでも軍人か。
Are you really military men, you maggots?
よーし描けたようだな。次に進むぞ。
Good, you all seem to have an image in your heads now. Let's move on.
それらの萌え衣装と貴様らの馬鹿げた欲情に従いお色気ムンムンなタイトミニスカート姿を見比べてみろ。
Sound file. Think! If you take all their clothes off, that's not cosplay anymore, is it? That sort of video is rampant lately. It's just lamentable! Humans without clothes aren't civilized, they're animals! If only girls excited you'd be a pack of dogs, monkeys, or pheasants!
きびだんごでももらって東前でも見せろ
Pack your bags and get out!
Get back here!
Right, get back here! As you know, a huge amount of Russian porn videos are going around lately thanks to the end of the Cold War. You don't know that? Get out of here! I heard that a style called Beautiful Russian Schoolgirl, which is a combination of the Japanese uniform fetish and submersion thing, is emerging, but I'll never accept that!
制服は日本の文化だ芸術だ
School forms are part of Japanese culture and art!
和洋折衷はこの世界には存在しない
Those stupid barbarians will never understand the Japanese spirit!
貴様ら聞いているのか軟弱するべどもが
Are you listening? You pathetic squid!
歯を食いしばれ今日は徹底的にしごく
Clench your teeth, I'll train you till you drop!
貴様らが真の萌え文化を理解できるまで今日は寝られないと思え
I won't let you sleep until you are capable of perfecting your imagination skills!
指導指導指導
Is this gonna be done anytime soon? Here comes my web!
At that point, I heard a bustle of people running this way.
Oh gosh. I have to remember how to do this voice.
Maibara-san!
みんな呼んできました
I gathered some people!
Okay, so this was all a diversion? Would have been nice to know that.
I saw several kids running toward us. Seemed like our backup had arrived.
Oh, crap.
やばいぞつながれ
Let's get out of here!
The three punks had just been standing near a gate, but they started running away when they saw that many people.
さすが前原さんですね
You're awesome, Maibara-san.
たった一人であんな怖そうな3人組を釘付けにしちゃうなんて
You had those punks transfixed all by yourself!
3人の一人鼻血出してましたね
One of them even had a nosebleed. One of them even had a nosebleed.
Is that a nosebleed because they were beat up or a nosebleed because they were aroused? Remember, this is a visual novel.
前原さん喧嘩も強いなんてすごいです尊敬します
Excuse me. Oh, that created some phlegm in my throat.
You're so strong, Maibara-san!
俺の固有結界もますます磨きがかかったようだな
It seems my personal aura has grown more powerful.
今に監督の固有結界メイドインヘブンに太刀打ちできるくらいに磨きをかけてやるぜとそんなことはいいや
What is he even talking about? Excuse me. If this keeps up, I'll soon surpass even Coach's Made in Heaven reality marvel! Anyway.
大丈夫かよミオ
Are you alright, Mio?
The boy was apparently called Maibara. He turned around to face me. Even the way he mistook me for Mio sounded like Satoshi-kun. But Satoshi-kun isn't a pervert like him.
天下ごめんのミオンがどんな情け容赦のない必殺技で撃退してみせるかちょっと楽しみにして見てたんだぜ
You know, I was sort of a little anxious to see how you'd fight back, but...
まあそのさすがに男が3人がかりじゃきつかったってことか
I guess 3 guys were too many, huh?
そんなわけないよな
I don't believe it!
I was still confused. I couldn't yet grasp the situation. Who was this guy? Mio has friends like him? I was still spacing out in shock. So, I forgot to move until his hand touched my head.
まあなんだ
Uh-oh, she's getting the Satoshi special. Well, you know.
半べそ書いてたのは見なかったことにするからさ
I'll forget that I saw you cry.
まあ元気出せよ
So,
な
cheer up, okay?
The boy called my but I stroked my head roughly. It didn't feel good. It hurt actually,
He's so awful.
but still, his hand had the same warmth. Later on, Mion told me about him. He was called my but a cage. K-chan for short. He's one grade below us. Not only that, but he just moved to Hinamizawa. Thanks to his attitude and lack of manners, he'd already become an idol in their class. Mion joyously explained all of this. Sure, he sounded like a fun kid. I knew why Mion was into him. But Satoshi-kun's way cooler.
My husbando is better than yours. Ha ha, get wrecked.
He wasn't worth stealing from Sis. Or was he?
Oh, you stop that now, you little green-eyed monster. Literally green-eyed.
My heart throbbed. I was excited. It felt like I'd gotten a new toy. I was curious as to what kind of relationship Mio intended to build with him. I loved to tease her about it.
ありがとうケイちゃん。
Thanks, Keita.
よかったらお礼にお茶でもおごるよ。
Let me buy you a drink.
すぐ近くにおじさんの店があるし、どう？
My uncle's restaurant is just nearby, so why don't we go there? Satoshi-kun would refuse out of modesty. But my Cage said, okay, within 2 seconds. Well then, I couldn't wait to tease the two of them. My boring life suddenly became bright again.
おい腕なんかにしがみつくなよ
Well, hey, don't cling to my arm.
あれ？こういうの嫌いですか？
Oh, don't you like it?
いや嫌いじゃないけど胸が当たって
You don't say that part out loud, Cage. Oh gosh, who is gonna lecture anybody? He obviously needs help. Well, I don't hate it, but it's just your breasts that are touching me, and
胸が当たって何ですって？
My breasts bother you?
oh jeez.
My Cage was fun. Mion thought the same way I did. She would always talk about him. I was happy for her. It made me smile.
お姉はケイちゃんのこと本当に気に入ってますね。
I guess Kei-chan really is your favorite.
ズバリ
Huh, sis?
ケイちゃんの魅力を一言で示すと何です？
What's the most interesting thing about him?
そうだね。
Let's see.
もしも一言でしか言っちゃいけないなら、やっぱり面白いとこかな。
To put it plainly, he's just funny.
そうそう、この間の部活の時にさ。
For example, just a couple of days ago in the club. Mio really liked him, but didn't seem to think it was love yet. She's reserved in that area, so that really was like her. As for me, well, I didn't hate him. But my feelings weren't the same as Mio's. Kei-chan was just too childish compared to Satoshi-kun. I wondered how Satoshi-kun was doing. Was he waiting for things to cool down somewhere far away? The case had already been solved, though. That dopehead was the murderer. There was no reason for him to wait anymore. I shook my head. I shouldn't think about it too much. Oh wait, I know. The case was confidential, so the arrest of the culprit hadn't been made public. So Satoshi hadn't realized that he could come back. I know he's a little thick-headed. Maybe you've been waiting for things to calm down until the end of time. But if so, couldn't you give a call to Satoko at least? You should tell her he's living in a faraway place, but that he'd be coming home soon. That stupid Satoko. She'd been living with hooded Erika since Satoshi-kun went away. So nobody would pick up the phone even if he called. Stupid girl. Don't you want your big brother to come home? Given Satoshi-kun's personality, he wouldn't remember any phone numbers other than his home number. So he wouldn't be able to contact anybody in Hinamizawa. Maybe he's been calling Satoko every night. He keeps ringing but nobody picks up. Then he'd assume Satoko might be taking a bath or be in the restroom. He'd put on a puzzled smile while mumbling, like always.
Moo.
I imitated his voice without realizing it.
それでえ
After that! Eh?
何
What?
何どうしたの
What's up?
今シオン何か言わなかった
Didn't you say something, Shion? I laughed it off and urged Mion to continue. I realized then that her tone had changed. I hadn't been listening to her because I was thinking about Satoshi-kun. I thought she was still happily talking about K-Town. But Mion sounded grim now. Her faint smile looked pitiful. It was too late to ask what was going on, so instead I concentrated on her story instead.
でね
After all that,
おじさんが今日は盛り上げてくれてありがとうって言って
Uncle
売り
gave,
物のお人形をみんなに1個ずつ配ったの
Uncle gave everybody a doll as a thank you gift.
私以外の全員に
Everybody except for me.
うん
Okay,
お姉以外の全員にね
except for you, huh?
そりゃあ私も欲しかったけどさ
I wanted one too.
みんなの手前私にもちょうだいとは言い出せなかったし
But I couldn't say it in front of everybody.
相変わらずお姉は自分の欲しいものを欲しいと言えない人ですね
You still can't express your needs, huh?
それで
And then? Mion sniffled. I realized that she was on the verge of tears.
ケイちゃんの袋にはね一番可愛いお人形が入ってて
The cutest doll was in Kei-chan's bag.
そのお人形が一番欲しかったってわけ
And you wanted that doll?
別に何のお人形だってよかったんだよ
It didn't matter which one.
ケイちゃんは私だけもらってないって知ってたのに
But
私にくれなかった
although Kei-chan knew only I didn't get one, he didn't give it to me.
私にくれなかった
You didn't give it to me.
ミオンには似合わないよなって言って
He said the doll wouldn't fit me.
くれなかった次に生まれてくるときは
That I should be born as a boy man
男
next
に
life.
生まれてこい言われたんだよ
That's what he said. That was Cage's weak point. He might be fun and popular, but he wasn't mature. Not like Satoshi-kun.
やり直したい
I want to start all over.
ケイちゃんに出会った最初の頃からやり直して今度はちゃんと女の子だと思ってもらえるように
I want to
やり
go,
直したい
I want to go back to when I just met him and start all over. I want him to treat me like a girl from the beginning.
おねえ深刻すぎですって
Don't take it too seriously.
お姉がやり直したいと思ってしかも向こうが何もトラブってない状態なら全然セーフじゃないですか
It'll be okay, because it's just you who wants to start over while he didn't notice anything wrong.
互いに傷つき合ってただれちゃうと、まあやり直しも面倒でしょうが。
It'd be harder if you guys fought over it or something.
やり直せるかな。
Can I start over?
ケイちゃんの前で涙を流してないなら、そもそも何も手遅れじゃないんです。
If you didn't cry in front of him, it's not too late.
お姉がこの場で適当に涙して、明日から心を入れ替えていけば修正可能ですって。
You can cry as much as you want now. And if you show him a different side of you from tomorrow on, you can still fix it.
うん。
Okay.
そりゃケイちゃんのデリカシーのなさには呆れますけど、その結果は結局今日までのお姉の積み重ねてきた結果なわけですから。
I'm amazed how insensitive he is, but part of that is just the impression you've been giving him so far.
今日からの生活を少しずつ改めてポイントを稼ぎ直せばいいだけのことです。
If you change your attitude for tomorrow on, you can still change his mind.
生活を改めるってどうやって？
How do I change my attitude? How?
お姉に可愛らしくしろって言うと、明日からフリフリの格好で登校しかねませんからね。
I think I read she actually does do that in one arc. It's a manga only arc if I'm remembering correctly.
If I tell you to act cute, you'd start going to school in frilly clothes.
変に構えないで普段通りに行きましょう。
So don't think and just be natural.
でも細かい部分でこれまでの違いを見せていく。
But without overdoing it, pay attention to how you behave around him.
そこがさりげないポイント。
And don't forget to be cautious of Rena.
あと人形をもらったレナという子には釘を刺しておくこと。
She's a bit ahead of you so far.
現在のケイちゃんの中ではお姉よりもレナの方が高ポイントの可能性が高いです。
Kei-chan might prefer Rena at this point.
確かにレナは女の子っぽいしな。
It's true. And Rena's really girly.
可愛いし海外しいし。
She's cute and caring.
ライバルがいるならうかうかできませんよね。
That just means you can't slack off for even a moment, sis, because you've got a rival.
涙は男を引き寄せる力がありますけど、つなぎ止めておく力はありません。
Tears can attract men, but they don't anchor them.
普段は笑っててポイントで泣く。
You should always be smiling, but cry when it really counts.
萌えの典型パターンの一つかもです。
That is how you typically do it.
私もケイちゃんに実践してみるかな。
Maybe I should try that on Kei-chan myself.
ダメだよ、ダメ。
No, don't!
お姉が気に入る男の子ですからね。
He's the boy you like.
私が気に入らない道理はありませんから。
So I guess it's natural that I like him too.
さーて、ケイちゃんをどう引き込んでみせようかな。
However can I attract him?
なんならお姉、どっちがケイちゃんの気を引けるか競争しましょうか。
Hey sis, why don't we have a competition over him?
やだやだ。
No, no!
もう絶対やだ。
Never!
シオン、ひなみ沢に来たら追い返す。
I'll kick you into orbit if you ever come near Hinamizawa!
It's hard to do those laughs.
I'm happy for you, sis. It's not too late at all. It's important to know the distance between the boy you love and yourself, and shift the way you appeal to him to compensate. The boy I love is missing, you know? I don't even know where he is, or when he's coming back. Compared to that, you're very lucky. Mil was saying she'd do her best from tomorrow on with red, tearful eyes, but I sensed a deeply negative feeling emerging inside me. Nobody was blaming Mil for being happy with Cage. I wasn't envious. I wasn't jealous. I didn't want her to be blamed the same way I was blamed. It's just that there was no space for Satoshi-kun in Mion's mind anymore. Filled as it was with Keita and her other friends now. It didn't matter to her if Satoshi-kun came back. Or not. Just like how she didn't care if it was sunny or rainy tomorrow. What about me then? Had I been thinking about Satoshi-kun all the time for the past year? I wasn't proud of my own answer. I'd become used to life without Satoshi-kun. His absence didn't hurt me anymore. I was getting used to life with Mayabara Keiichi. And if I let my guard down, he might just fill up the space I've been saving for Satoshi-kun. If Sonozaki Shio had prayed harder for Satoshi-kun to return, he might have come home already. Where did Satoshi-kun go? Last year, right after his disappearance, I paid close attention to the information circulating in the Sonozaki family and its underground connections. And I frequently went to the police station to check with Oishi for new information. Even with all that, I couldn't get any new leads on his whereabouts. I eventually became interested in Oyashiro-sama's curse, which surrounded Satoshi-kun's disappearance. I researched the dark history of the village. The more I looked into it, the less likely his survival seemed. I returned to Mio-san's scrapbooks to her, and then I hadn't gone to the library since. I started a new life in a new school. I'd made new friends, and in the same way, as fallen leaves cover the ground, I felt like I was losing sight of what was really important to me. It was already almost the end of spring. They said that summer was coming early, and it'd be very hot this year. Normally it'd be the rainy season now, but we'd had no rain at all. The Watanagashi festival was right around the corner. It had been almost a year since Satoshi-kun went missing. In Hinamizawa, they don't allow you to talk openly about Oyashiro-sama's curse or the series of mysterious deaths. So, everybody acts like the murder of Satoshi-kun's aunt never happened. That's because Hojo Satoshi-kun was a member of the family of traders. He fell victim to Oyashiro-sama's curse on the 4th year running. He was demoned away. Everybody was trying to forget about his existence and erase their memories of him. Don't make him disappear because of the curse. Don't erase his existence. Satoshi-kun was living in Hinamizawa just a year ago. He went to school. He was an A student. He was a member of the Hinamizawa Fighters. He could never hit the ball when it really mattered. He was unreliable, but pure. He was warm. Because of the curse, people made him disappear. They stopped mentioning his name and acted like he never existed. A new resident like Mayabara Keiichi, you wouldn't even know him. He seriously believed that Satoshi-kun had transferred out. I miss you, Satoshi-kun. I want to go shopping with you again. I want to be in a baseball game with you again. I gotta go drink afterwards. I want to tease you and I want you to stroke my head again. Your hand is so warm. My bones and my whole body were being caressed. Satoshi-kun. I haven't opened this notebook in a while. My feelings have been written down for over 150 pages. This notebook is the key to my heart. The other me has been sleeping since last year is slowly waking up. Notebook, page 150.
まったく、ケイチさんのドスケベぶりには呆れましてよ。
I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore. It's gonna have to be done for tonight. Sorry. I'm calling in a night early. That was a rough chapter to voice act. You can hear how raspy I am right now. I did save, right? Let me just do it again to be sure. Save. Menu. Quick game. Are you sure? Yes. Yes, I am very sure. Alright, so we're going to continue this coming Monday. Mondays, Thursdays are Higurashi nights. Tuesdays are Spyro nights for now. And tomorrow, I'm not 100% certain about this, but there might be a short stream tomorrow. Because the Resident Evil 2 Remake's one-shot demo is dropping in North America tomorrow. Lucky Europeans get to play it now, but hey, we are often given preferential treatment, and they're just waiting for the game for however long it is till the developers get around to it. So I don't know, it's kind of nice that they kind of get to go first once. But yeah, might do a short stream of the RE2 demo tomorrow. And pick this back up Monday and Thursday, and Tuesday Spyro Nights. So if any of those sound interesting to you, feel free to join our Discord. That's when you get notified when we're about to go live, and that's how you keep in contact in the meantime. The link's right there. So, with all that said, thank you all so much for watching, everyone. And as always, if you like what you see, please feel free to click like, comment, follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, join that Discord. Any feedback you can give me, it'll help me throw my future content towards your interests. I'm Regulus Pastor, and until next time, Wale!